if you're cheating on me every day and you think you can do that freely any day, you should be ready to accept children that are not yours. And the thing is, always on Instagram, I'm on Tunde North page, so he's always watching this very dark man talking about DNA saga. Guess what? My husband came with a side chick to our vacation. So many things were on my mind, but the two things that I thought about mostly was either poisoning this man or giving him children that are not his. So she would say, all men cheat, your father is no different, they are not perfect, you just have to be there, manage, tolerate, and be prayerful. You know, my husband is a very smart man. He didn't save the number with her name.
Okay, she
her
said the same name?
Is Anita, yes. But the name on that phone was Belinda. There is nothing like he will change. Whatever it is that he's doing, he will keep doing. So for me to even go as to that point of wanting to have an affair with his friend, it means that I'm being lenient. I still have a good heart. Because what if he had brought an infection to me?
Welcome to my confession, your lesson. Can you tell us your story?
I'm married to a man that I love. And the only problem I had before I got married to him is that he's a cheat. But I knew all of this. I was aware. But I prayed that he's going to change. You know the saying of he's going to change? Just keep praying and keep working on him.
Yeah.
So we got married. Even on the eve of our wedding, he cheated on me. And I still went on with the wedding anyways. I usually confide in my mom. And you know mothers, because she's an official in the church in CWO group, she wouldn't want a dent on her name. You know, she wouldn't want to hear people say, oh, your daughter is married but divorced and stuff like that. So she would say, all men cheat, your father is no different, they are not perfect, you just have to be there, manage, tolerate, and be prayerful. Yeah, the African thing.
Yeah.
So I just took it in that light, that that's what it's supposed to be and that's how it's meant to be. I kept praying and managing. So after our wedding, we decided to go on a vacation. And we went on this vacation. I was happy, doing our thing. And guess what? My husband came with a side chick to our vacation venue.
Wow.
I didn't know this. And usually I don't even check his phone, and he's aware. But on this day, I just had this feeling, wanting to check his phone. And I picked up this phone and I saw a message pop up on the phone with a name saved as Belinda or so. I read the message and the message says, why would you keep me here all day? You haven't come to see me. You're spending the whole time with her. If you don't come to see me, I'm going to leave here. Wow. And I was like, oh, this person is even around. I wondered. At that point, I was infuriated. I was shaking. I didn't know what to do. I was like, at this dawn, I believe that I must do something drastic. And I didn't know what it was, but it felt like, oh, this man, maybe you're going to have children that are not yours in this family. So when I saw that chat, I decided to comport myself and pretend like I didn't see anything. And then he left later that evening claiming that he was going to go for a meeting with his colleagues online and he needed a stronger network. So I tracked him down. So I realized it was my very good friend that came along with us, and I was really shocked.
But didn't you notice that when you were reading the chat for the first place that this person, didn't you see the name?
You know, my husband is a very smart man. He didn't save the number with her name.
Okay, she
her
bear the same name?
Is Anita, yes. but the name on that phone was Belinda. But there's something about the chat, the pattern of the chat. When I was reading it, I knew this person knows me very well, and this person is, a close.
Just the chat is familiar, kind of language you used to know.
Yes. So I knew it was somebody close, but the name was different, so I didn't even suspect. So I came back to our hotel room. I was infuriated. I didn't know how to act, but I just had to put myself together. But at that point, I knew I was going to revenge. So many things were on my mind, but the two things that I thought about mostly was either poisoning this man or giving him children that are not his. That were the two things that was popping up on my mind. So I comforted myself. I came back to the hotel room and, with steeze and maximum composure, I came back to the room. And while I was there boiling and feeling so infuriated, I got a message from my husband's friend, colleague at work. He has been on me for a long time, but of course I didn't have his time. So when I saw his message of, why don't you want to give us an opportunity, a chance? I've been asking you out for a long time and all that. I just felt like maybe I could start this revenge from here. So when I saw that message pop up, I knew that I was going to give my husband children that are not his. So I replied the text and we exchanged some messages at that point. And we spent some time in the... as a matter of fact, that messages I was exchanging was what even kind of made me feel better. We spent some time there and then we left and traveled back to our place. So we came back, we traveled down back to our place. We live in our normal life. My husband's friend kept pushing, and of course my husband, his attention wasn't really on me. He had his other things going on. And I thought, why can't I give this guy that chance, an opportunity? So I went down to tell my mom what happened during our vacation. And of course, she gave me the motherly advice of, I'm the second command in CWO. Please don't disappoint me. You guys' marriage is just how many months? Barely. If you don't do this, keep managing, keep praying, everything will be fine. Down there, I knew that I already decided what to do. And I just felt like, I'm going to show this man the other part of me. So, I started paying attention to my husband's friend, and we started having a thing. And that revenge, having to do that revenge was what I was all about. That was what was pushing me to the point where I was.
All your actions?
Yes, my actions was just based for that revenge.
Oh, wow.
So I knew, I'm not going to forgive this man again, not again. So I started going out with my husband's friend. We started having one or two. And along the line, I got pregnant. I knew it was for my husband's friend, not for my husband. But I didn't tell anybody. I just kept it to myself. And, gave birth. In fact, I gave birth to 2 boys for my husband's friend.
But during all this thing, is there never a chance for your husband to notice that this is going on between you and his friend?
My husband doesn't even pay. When he cheats, he has his attention every other place. So he wasn't really paying attention to my moves or whatever it was at that time. You understand? And I feel like at some point, he realized that I wasn't even interested in him anymore. I wasn't complaining anymore. I wasn't, ranting or...
Doing the woman thing in the house was not really your...
Yeah, it wasn't my thing. I was just now happy. I living my life, not complaining or, checking his phone or trying to... No, I wasn't doing that anymore. I usually used to initiate the sex. I always, want him to, come around, touch me. But then, when all this thing was going on, I wasn't even asking him for that anymore. I wasn't asking him for that anymore. I think that was when he started sensing, oh, what could be the problem? This woman is no longer coming around. She's no longer wanting this and that. So he started suspecting me, and that was when he started to know what's up with this woman. She doesn't complain anymore. She doesn't banter words with him. She doesn't even go around his phone to check anything or ask him questions. Even the womanly duty in the house, I don't even ask him for it anymore. So everything was fishy. And I know that he once said that a friend of his said that our boys looked like his friend. So when he kept suspecting, and the thing, he's always on Instagram. I'm on Tunde North page, so he's always watching this very dark man talking about DNA saga. So we had a lot of arguments during that time. So he actually took those children for DNA tests without my consent, and he didn't tell me. On a fateful day we were arguing, he blew it out to me. I was like, wow, this is what I didn't want to tell him, but then he has found out. So he threatened that he's going to, because he's someone that is, when he's angry, he says, I'm going to bring this house down. He will bring it down. So he threatened that we should leave his house before he goes up and come back. So I had to just, take few things, take my children back to my parents' house, And when I got home with the children, my mom already kind of knew what was happening, because, the fact that I kept complaining to her about this guy, but she told me that I had to play it to her that I know you know what has happened, but this is it. So at that point, I decided to go and tell the boys' children, the boys' father, that he's the father of these kids, because he's not even aware. Yeah, it was a little secret I kept to myself alone. So I went and told him. So by then, he already had a woman, So by then, he pleaded with me to just keep it as a secret. I shouldn't let it out.
Yeah.
To find a way around it.
Men are like that. Yeah.
So that was what happened, and then my mom didn't know what to do. My dad is a retired. My dad is a retired civil servant, so there is really no money. Me, I'm into Oriflame distribution, so I really don't have all the money to take care of the children alone. But then I know their father is there, but he said we'll find a way around it. So my mom was so worried. What are they going to say about her and all that? But that was not even what I was worried about. So I feel like he started the cheating thing and he made me go that mad. If he had worked on changing, becoming a better person, I don't think I would have, gotten to that point. Okay.
Are you saying that because he cheats on you, you decided to give him children from another man which is his own friend, that is equal to cheating?
He also cheated on me with my friend, and at that point I didn't know what the revenge was going to be. When he started cheating, I wasn't even going to cheat back, but it got to the point that I couldn't take it anymore.
Okay.
So giving him those children were not my initial plans, but he made me go that far.
Okay. Now, is he's just cheating enough for you to give him child from another man? That's it.
Nothing is enough for cheating. If you cheat, you can expect anything.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, what if he had carried a disease and brought back and had given me or infected me with a disease?
Oh, you see, but
I feel like when you start cheating, expect anything.
Okay, but I felt you come from a more decent family than, I wouldn't say I don't know, you didn't tell me about the husband family, but the way you are telling me about your mother being the head of the CWO and all that. But then, did you let your mother know about this before you now carried on to do all this?
No, my mom will always tell me to be patient. I should not overreact. That men are always like that. I should be patient. I should keep praying for him. He's going to change. When is he going to change? When is he going to change? He even brought my friend to our vacation.
Okay, let me understand now. That means by the time you took that decision,
nobody knew.
You're just on your own.
Yes, I decided within myself that this is the only way I am going to feel happy or better.
Okay, how about this guy, your husband's friend, right?
Yes.
How come you didn't know that both are having kids until it busted?
I didn't want to tell him. I didn't want any form of I didn't want anybody to come in or to come and say this is my child at the end or in the future. I just wanted it to be that this is his children. So we are one family. Let him train them. That's what he got from me, from cheating, and from me going out there to revenge.
But do you think the equating cheating to having another man's child is a revenge, is the best revenge for a cheating husband, or you should have found a solution that you could just find a way, probably divorce the marriage, even though your mother didn't want it?
Everybody have the way they handle their own issues. Some people will want to work out, while some people want to do different things. For me, I wasn't thinking straight, but this was just how it happened and played out for me.
I feel giving a man kids from another man in a matrimonial home is not the best to a cheating man. Like, you should have find another way out.
What way? What way?
Like working out the family.
People handle things differently. Sincerely speaking, people handle things. There are people that you can't do something to and you go scot-free. They are going to give you the bitter part of them. While some will just crawl out, walk out. While some will tolerate. They'll be patient forever. Some people don't have that patience. I was a very faithful woman. I wasn't even going to think about anything like that. I don't know how I got there, but this man changed me. He changed me to the point that, like, I don't regret having anything that has happened now. I don't regret it. Even giving him those children that are not his, I don't regret it, because he started it. And I tried to be patient. I tried to tolerate. I tried to do all of that African woman thing. And at the end of the day, this is where we are. So for me, he caused it. He caused it.
So the whole thing is, I understand you. Yes, I'm human. I think
for me,
as well.
For me, the only pain I have now is not even having enough money to take care of my kids, because I'm going to be good with that. That's why I'm going to be focused on making more money to take care of my kids. That is it. No regret at all.
So okay, where are the kids now? Are they with you?
Yeah, they're in my parents' house.
Yeah, your parents' house. So what advice would you like to give the people viewing, looking at, watching, your listeners, the viewers watching us now, from your own story? Like, how do you intend to better the whole
for
society?
me, I think that if you're going to get married to a man and you're seeing all those things, and you know that you cannot handle it, don't go into it in the first place. There's nothing like he will change. There is nothing like he will change. Whatever it is that he's doing, he will keep doing. There's nothing like he will change. So wherever you go into it hoping that he will change, just know that you will be the one to change, because his attitude and those things that he's doing will now change you to become a bitter and a bad person that you're not in the first place.
I have heard everything, but do you think giving this man, giving this man kids from another man in your matrimonial home was the best revenge for a cheating husband?
On that day when this thing happened, the last one that happened that made me take this decision, I thought of two things: poisoning him. So for me to even go as to that point of wanting to have an affair with his friend, it means that I'm being lenient. I still have a good heart, because what if he had brought an infection to me and kill me? What do you think could become of me? So I mean, for me, I feel like I'm being fair. I was fair enough to even take this route.
Oh, but you feel there's no regret for you at all?
No, what's regret? There's no regret. The only regret I have now is that I don't have enough money to take care of my kids. I mean, doing many other businesses to get money now, take care of my kids, is just what I want. I don't have any regret, because he started the cheating, and when I kept pleading and wanted to be that good woman, he wasn't, interested.
Well, I feel your decision was not really the best way, but what can someone on your shoe do when you don't know how to act towards it? But then for the men out there, and of course the women, it's not everybody that have that tolerating mind or forgiving heart.
It's not everybody that has a forgiving
So
spirit.
if
Not everybody.
calm down, don't worry. So if you know that you cannot maintain the usual fidelity in your marriage, I don't think going into marriage with the caliber of people we have in the society now, this story should be your own lesson. I just want us to stop here for the day, and we've taken a lot, and you understand. Please, this number rolling on your screen right now, if you have your own confession, you can contact us. The story you've heard now, you can tell your own story.
Yes, for me, I don't regret anything. For any man who is cheating, should be willing to accept anything, anytime, any day. If you're cheating on me every day and you think you can do that freely any day, you should be ready to accept children that are not yours. You should be ready to take care of children that are not biological yours, because you started the cheating. Men can't take what they serve, right? So when you serve it back to them, you know how they feel. So that's what I have to say about this. I don't have any regrets. The only thing I want is to make money, take care of my children. That's